Hello and welcome back. I just wanted to discuss VTubing. Yes, you're probably wondering why VTubing? Why am I so interested in it? And why am I even doing it? Well, to me, VTubing is a lot like having your avatar animated already. If you ever wanted to have your little picture on social media be something more, this is that chance to honestly get it out there and to have it animated, to use it in person for your blogs. Like, say, you may see a couple of YouTubers online that have their own blogs, but it's animated with like a 2D model. They may just go through different motions of angry, sassy, sad, or over the top. So you'll see them cycle through those faces and get the point across. But isn't it better to also have your character animated? I think that VTubing allows that to go on much easier due to the motion capture. So, I want to go into a tiny little bit of history. Way back in the day, there used to be a movie that was called The Polar Express, and it used motion capture to animate the whole movie. Like, all of it was based off of motion capture. So, we are now able to use that same technology right now. And the coolest thing about it is, get closer. I'm going to tell you a secret. I'm going to tell you, it's not even expensive. You're probably thinking, hold on. No. I've seen the price tag of those VR headsets, and they are like $400, $700, $1,000, maybe even more. You're saying that's expensive? I am broke. But I'm gonna be honest, it's not actually expensive. In fact, I am currently using 2 cameras and just software. I don't have a VR headset. In fact, I would love to have one though, but I don't have that sort of money. I'm not that rich. Sorry. But yes, someday I will. Altogether, the price of it, if you just want the hand motion and the software I am using is called Luppet. It's $50, and the hand motion is $100. So that is $150. Now, unless you need to buy a webcam, that may be a little bit extra. Or if you probably need to upgrade your computer, that may be a little bit extra. But I don't think it actually costs that much besides outside of the extra webcam. It's only about $150 compared to the 400, 800, and 1,000 plus. So, in short, we have access, the general public, us, we have access to technology that costs major studios millions of dollars to use. So, the future is pretty much now. So, I think this is why VTubing is very important. Not only does it help you to express yourself more, but it also helps you maintain anonymity. Or, in short, not showing the face. Because not everybody wants to show their face. Not everybody wants to have people try to guess them out of a crowd, find out where they live, yada yada. That can be pretty scary, in fact. And that's a lot of the reason why some people don't want to show their face. But with VTubing, with using motion capture to show your face and present yourself in a way that you want to be presented as, that is amazing. And with that, we can actually do so much more than just vlogging. We don't have to even just limit it at Twitch, because with 2020 being a little bit of a dumpster fire, let's be real, a lot of us has had to resort to being online for everything, whether it be conferences or just trying to interact with your friends and see another person face to face and see another human being. Well, objectively human. So, with VTubing, we are able to stay anonymous as well as interacting. But there's another thing. Remember how I said that that was a movie that used motion capture? Right? Well, what if I were to say, if you wanted to, you could make a movie under the $1 million budget? Sure, maybe you might have to get the VR headset. You might not have to. It depends on what software you want to use. But we now have that technology where we can animate our characters being movie stars. We can have the movies. And the best part about all this is that this opens up a world to us all. I know for a fact that some of the movies that have been released, whether they be animated or even live action, have been a little bit not as creatively inspired. But in the earlier days of the internet with like Newgrounds, I remember a time where people would just get Flash or what other software that they could to animate. It just go out and create shorts of whatever they wanted. And I saw such a boom of creativity all in those earlier days. And I fully believe that those days can happen now with a new wave for us. You see that now, if you notice, I kind of look a little bit 2D. There are ways to make 3D rigs now look completely 2D. There have been video games that make the rigs look like completely anime 2D as well. And if you've seen shows like Beastars, they can look pretty close to 2D. But the more we experiment, especially like seeing Worthy Kids in the burger, I don't remember the term, the burger truck, or anyways, check that out, the circus clown with the bus. Anyways, 3D is starting to look very much like 2D, and it can be free too. There is software called Blender, and Blender, oh my gosh, being completely free, there's something called BNPR, which the B stands for Blender, but the NPR stands for non-photorealistic, or non-photorealism. Point being, people are trying to specialize at making 3D look 2D. Now you probably know me from my past rigging where I try to make some of the rigs look 3D, but now I am actually kind of going a little bit in reverse. I love what is coming out of the community for non-photorealism art. And I firmly believe that we could actually make 2D animated movies that are either completely motion capture and completely 3D. Now, of course, there's going to be swaps and some things that will be hand-drawn, but still, the amount of time saved, the amount of money saved, and most importantly, the fact that it's available for everyone, that is amazing. And I firmly believe that just this little bit of stepping stones of motion capture for everybody will bring about much more creativity that we've been seeking. Seeing the media that we've been wanting, more original content. I firmly believe that this will open up gates. And sure, people may be a little bit stubborn about VTubing, where yes, people will cash in on it, but I also think that it opens doors. It can open not only people bringing about amazing designs, like say, what if suddenly the next I'm not sure if you ever heard of the show called Space Ghost Coast to Coast, where it has literally Space Ghost as the host. But I'm pretty sure that you know of Tom from Toonami, who is the amazing host of hosting the late night anime shows on American networks and I believe other networks too. Well, what if he was actually, instead of hand or the term manually animated, I guess now, what if he could have used motion capture to be animated for his short segments? What if people started being that next Tom, the next Space Ghost, but using VTubing as that medium for the motion captioning, for hosting your shows, for vlogging, for Twitch streaming, for making the next shows that may become, like, what happens if there was a soap opera of VTubing, or, you know, soap opera using completely motion capture anime characters? Or what if they were actually styled like Disney characters? What if they were styled like the old claymations that we see for like Christmas specials and Nightmare Before Christmas, Tim Burton? What if? And this also opens the doors to you artists, to you animators. I firmly believe that this can also be a great opportunity for you too, especially since, like, say, my rig is currently made with Vroid, and I didn't need to learn how to build a model or how to rig. So if you are an artist and artistically inclined, there may be even a market for you to jump into, because people will want to be that next Tom, that next Space Ghost, the next Cthulhu TV talk star. So I highly suggest maybe look into this, maybe explore and get in the market. It is currently, as of 2020, there are a lot of people out there who, well, not even a lot. This is what I've been noticing. The people who do the VTubing modeling and rigging, they often charge about $800 to $2,000. And they get filled up with commissions so quickly that there's nobody to commission from. So, like me, I was like, sure, not gonna wait. I have the skills. I'm going to just go do it. So if you want to get into this, there's not enough people to do this. And I feel like in the future, there's not going to be enough people still, because if everybody gets into it, then there's going to be so many different kinds of art styles. There'll be so many different characters that people will be bringing their personality to. The future seems endless in this way. And I firmly believe that the deeper that we get into, we could have actors, instead of being like, we already idolize in-person face showing actors, Hollywood movie stars. But what if we have our own community of actors and movies that are completely VTube, completely motion capture? And that could just be like the next Hollywood. And we would soon see actors not even having a face. That is going to, like, just being their own character. That is going to be the future. And we need more artists. We need more animators. We need more riggers. And to be honest, though, not everything will be able to be easily done in something like Vroid, because it has its limitations. You can't build a robot with like floating arms in Vroid. You have to have skills in like Blender or Maya. And so I believe people who maybe there can be different levels of artists. Like there can be people who specialize only in Vroid, but there will be also a big market for people who want to go that extra mile of having an original rig that can only be built in like Blender or Maya. So yeah, something definitely to look into, and I hope and look forward to seeing what you think and what maybe if you get into this, what you come up with. So, catch you later.